Welcome to Pat Gray Unleashed.
Welcome. Thanks for being with us. 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Should you be so inclined to get in touch with us during the course of the show. So much going on. Just trying to digest it so we can regurgitate it back to you.
Oh, way to sell it.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. So there's a new slogan for the show buried in there somewhere. We digest the news and then vomit it for you.
Mm-hmm. Something like that.
That's good.
Yeah. They actually had the Golden Globes last night.
I know.
I guess they had to shut it down last year because they were too racist or something. I don't know. What was the deal with the Golden Globes? Why couldn't
last year? Were they touching kids? Or was that every year?
It's probably every year.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what was it a COVID outbreak? Was it who knows? No, that's right, because they get together. They tell us don't get together because there's COVID, but they can get together because they're Hollywood actors. Yeah,
right. They're better than we are, so they can get together whenever they want.
I see. Okay,
do whatever they want. So, yeah, it's good for them. It really is. And so they got together again and celebrated each other. They took another night off of raping each other and just celebrated each other instead, and then maybe got back to the rape afterwards. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And then didn't Volodymyr Zelensky show up or did a little
during the Golden Globes?
Yeah, he did a speech from his bunker or whatever.
Oh my gosh,
asking for
more
like support or whatever. So or a message of peace, I think they called it. I don't know.
Does this guy ever get tired of whoring?
No.
Come on. I mean, begging and pleading and squeezing every ounce out of us. Wow. I mean, literally over $100 billion now. And he's still telling us, it's not enough. In fact, the other day, somebody asked him, so do you feel like the support's been enough? No, not really.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. All right.
Do you remember, I mean, like minutes after Kevin McCarthy became Speaker of the House, he sent out that tweet. It's like he had it drafted. He's like, come on, how many votes to take? I want to send tweet. But anyway, there you go. Yeah.
Yep.
So who won what last night? I mean, yay, Hollywood.
You know what? I didn't even look at that aspect.
Good. I was hoping you would say that.
Yeah. I have no idea. Maybe I'll check out. Okay, well, there's a list I could click on.
No, please don't.
I clicked.
No, why'd you click? Is this what we digest so we can vomit it out?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Oh, the one kind of interesting thing, Gerard Carmichael. I'm not familiar with the guy. Apparently he's, I don't know, is he a comedian maybe?
Okay.
He actually said, I'm here tonight because I'm black. So he acknowledged the fact that it's because he's black that he was chosen to host the show.
Okay.
Kind of interesting. And it didn't really even seem like a joke. I'm not sure it went over like one either. But there was that. Let's see. Best motion picture in a drama went to The Fabelmans.
Okay.
Not seen it.
Not a clue.
No. Avatar was actually nominated. Avatar, really? Elvis, The Fabelmans, which won? Tar and Top Gun Maverick.
Wait, Maverick didn't win?
Nope.
That's the only one I've seen on that list, so.
Me too.
That's my vote.
Me too. Let's see.
You saw Elvis, right?
Anything else? Oh, yeah, I did see Elvis. Yeah, I did. And when Elvis was pretty good, I liked it. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was pretty good. Best performance by an actor in a drama. Austin Butler from Elvis. He was good in that. But Brendan Fraser was nominated for his kind of controversial portrayal of a very large man.
He had to get fat for it, right?
Yeah, he had to get fat, and then they used prosthetics. And I think people are pissed for some reason.
Oh, that's not allowed?
No, you can't. Oh. You can't portray a fat person anymore.
Unless you're fat.
Right. Well, and even then, you shouldn't be doing anything about fatness. And I think the whale involves him trying to overcome, right? And there's nothing to overcome.
I haven't seen.
If you're 800 pounds, that's fine. That's great.
That's just...
It's healthy. It's good. It's desirable.
Right. Yeah,
everybody loves it.
It's white supremacy if you try to do something about
Thank
it.
you.
We've learned lately. And also what we've learned lately is that exercise and a healthy diet, not what you should do for fat kids.
No,
you should put them under the knife. I mean, I'm telling you, they're using fat kids to push their trans agenda. And they're trying to normalize cutting up kids when kids aren't how they, quote, should be. Just put them under the knife.
Yeah.
Give them treatment through hormones and stuff. That's all you do.
Exactly.
God, what a world, man.
Oh, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. Speaking of which, more proof of that. Have you read about this
what is that,
6-year-old?
Oh, sorry.
You read about that?
I mean, honestly, that's like Pavlov's dog. When I hear you say, "Did you hear about this?"
You read about this?
What is it, man? A 6-year-old?
6-year-old Virginia boy shot its teacher in class.
Oh gosh, I saw something on that. Yeah.
I mean, the kid's so young, they don't really know what to do with him because they're not. I mean, you don't try a 6-year-old.
Yeah, that's what they said in Virginia.
You can't charge him as an adult. You can't put him in an asylum somewhere. What are you going to do with him?
And the kid did it on purpose.
Yeah, he brought a gun to class. She was in the middle of her lesson, and he pulled out a gun, pointed it, and shot her.
And God bless that teacher getting the kids to safety.
Oh, my
gosh. While
gosh.
she was suffering a life-threatening gunshot wound.
To the chest.
Oh, my gosh.
Shot in the chest. She actually put her hand out like, no, and he shot right through her hand into her chest.
God.
Crazy. 6. First grade. So I don't know the motive. I don't know what the deal is there. I don't know what you do with the kid.
Yeah.
What are you supposed to do? We're facing situations now that have never occurred, and we couldn't even conceive of them.
There's no template for it.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times the argument is that is society crazier now than, say, 100 years ago or 200 years ago? And a lot of people make the case that, well, look, we have cameras everywhere where information is right. Exactly. I'm going to venture to guess a 6-year-old wasn't shooting up the schoolhouse in 1872 on the plains.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Come on, this is
these are new things. Yeah, these are new evils that because of our ignorance and our inaction over the last who knows how many years, it's gotten so much worse, and things are just out of control right now, just completely out of control. Speaking of which, another 21-year-old dropped dead.
Yeah,
he played football for the Air Force.
Yeah,
21 years old.
Yeah,
Hunter Brown suffered a medical emergency on his way to class and fell over and died. They tried to revive him there, but declared him dead at the scene. I guess this just happens all the time. It's always happened like this.
Somebody tagged me on a story this morning in the Bahamas. A teenage girl died playing basketball, like a pickup game of basketball.
Yeah, jeez.
And
where was that?
Bahamas. Yeah.
All over the world, it's happening. And every day we've had these stories. We have multiple stories every day. And so, are we conspiracy theorists for being concerned about what's going on?
Oh, do we have the graphic of the difference between a journalist and a conspiracy theorist? Do we have that, Kayla? Because if you got that, this would actually be a good time to put that on the screen. I don't see it, so I guess not.
Perhaps not.
Yeah, but it goes through who was right. There we go. Right here we go. So journalists versus conspiracy theorists.
We talked about something like this last week.
Yeah, we had something similar to this, but I mean, it's just...
But look at the list.
Yeah.
Hunter's laptop.
Yep, we're right.
Vaccines harmful.
Right.
Plandemic.
Okay, all right, well...
I'm not sure about
maybe
that
so.
one.
We'll see.
That's
Jury's
not necessarily a check mark. Lockdown, certainly. Ivermectin works. Yes. HCQ. Hydroxychloroquine.
I always let you say that.
Works. Useless face masks.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Jha confirmed that. What do you need? It wasn't, some sort of conspiracy theorist saying it. It's one of the people on the inside of all of this.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it up there if you would for just a second. Twitter censorship. Oh my gosh. Has that been proven out? Epstein sex island, Ukraine biolabs, child trafficking, Russiagate, fake steal dossier, on and on and on and on. That's an amazing, other than the pandemic, all of those really have come to fruition. Wow. Incredible. Really interesting. It's interesting. Mm-hmm. Is there a number of people can call and proclaim how interesting that is? Also, the classified documents found in Biden's private office from his time as VP include U.S. intelligence materials on Iran, the UK, Ukraine. But does anybody care? Actually, CNN has at least been covering this. They have covered this.
Yeah.
Now, they also put up on CNN.com, they put up a graph comparing Trump and his documents to Biden and his documents. And it's interesting because they sort of, I can't find the stupid, that's why, because I didn't see.
Because you're on the Golden Globes.
No, that's
checking
right.
those out, those
exactly.
winners.
Exactly. Here it is. So Joe Biden, 10 total documents. Donald Trump, at least 325 total documents. Joe Biden, some top secret. Donald Trump, 60 top secret. Joe Biden cooperating.
Oh, go.
Donald Trump under investigation for obstruction. Joe Biden, lawyers found and alerted about the archives. And Donald Trump, archives first reached out to Trump lawyers. So it's way worse with Trump, of course.
Yeah, the Biden team discovered this before the election. So a couple months ago.
Yeah.
So wow, they were so forthright.
Oh, yeah.
And what were these documents that's suspiciously missing from that list? They involve what? Iran?
Yes.
All sorts of foreign enemies.
Iran, UK, Ukraine.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe
so I think everything's fine.
Yeah, everything is fine.
Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. He was ignoring any questions that were asked of him. He was sitting there with Justin Trudeau and was asked questions about it, which he ignored.
All week he's been ignoring questions. And by the way, it cannot be lost that this Biden Penn Center has received $54 million in donations from China. I'm telling you, that's going to come back around if journalists do their due diligence. We're going to find out what's going on there. That is a front for something. You had $14.8 million from an anonymous donor, one singular donor. 22 of those 54 million are anonymous dollars coming in from China. Who had access to those documents? Anyhow, but like you said, he's been ignoring questions and stuff.
Oh, he's perfect. He's not tainted at all by anything.
CNN.com says so.
Let's take it back to September when Joe Biden admonished Donald Trump for having classified documents that he shouldn't have had in his house.
And you saw the photograph of the top secret documents laid out on the floor at Mar-a-Lago. What did you think to yourself?
What'd you think to yourself?
Looking at that image.
What a tough question.
How that could possibly happen. How anyone could be that irresponsible. And I thought, what data was in there that may compromise sources and methods?
Is that what you thought?
By that, I mean
by that
names
he means
of people who helped, or et cetera.
Sure.
And it's just totally irresponsible.
Right.
And you don't know.
And you don't know. And you don't know what?
I don't know what he doesn't know.
Wow. The hypocrisy, the corruption.
Totally irresponsible to be leaving classified
documents. Yeah.
Outside of the...
At least with Mar-a-Lago, it was a private residence and it was guarded by the Secret Service. You know? Yeah, at least there was some line of defense there against others just wandering in and taking stuff. He's in a public place. I mean, it's probably not likely that people are going to go into that closet, kick it open and get into that closet. But still, I mean, it's in a public place where you invite outsiders and they're trying to excuse all of Biden's crimes here, but you can't.
Yeah.
You just can't.
And since he was refusing to address this over like 48 hours, then you had his little minions out there like Joy Behar. Oh, my gosh. This is madness. Her yesterday on The View. You got to see this, man. God.
Really, I think that what you just said is right, that there is differences in what happened.
Yes, but the optics are not good.
Well, we all know that Trump is a liar and a thief, you know?
Do we know that?
So it's not that big a jump to say that he obstructed and he lied. We don't think that Biden is a liar and a thief, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. That's
the benefit of the doubt.
But what I think also is going on, no matter what the truth of it is, Whoopi, they will spin it, Bubblehead and Marjorie Taylor and that crowd, Matt Gaetz. You think they're not going to spin this, that it's just as bad as Trump? And so the lie gets out there, people believe it, just like that Donaldson person, whatever his name is.
Byron.
What's his name?
Byron
Donalds.
Yeah, say his
I saw
name.
him also. He was at the fight on the floor, too, wasn't he?
He was nominated for Speaker a number of
Yes,
times.
by two people.
He's the new darling. One of the 15 rounds.
But I mean, what I'm just saying is that the lying has been so invasive, so ubiquitous, that no one will believe the truth anymore. And that you can put that at the feet of Donald Trump, who started the lying.
So,
You hear that? Lies didn't exist until Donald Trump, says Joy Behar. Oh, God.
You look like an idiot.
I can't with the
Joe Biden is a far bigger liar and for far longer in public office
for 50 years, man.
than Donald Trump. The guy's been lying literally for over 50 years now.
Yeah. What was the
over 50?
They're going after the Santos guy, right, for fudging on his resume there.
Yeah,
but anything Joe Biden has said, 50 years worth of lies.
Oh my gosh,
he had to leave a presidential campaign for plagiarizing a speech.
And she acts like he's never lied. Trump's a big liar, but we all know that Joe Biden doesn't lie.
So yeah, that's why we're giving him the benefit of the doubt.
Is there a single day he hasn't lied to our face? Right. I don't think there's one day of his presidency or one day of his public office service that he hasn't lied to us,
or his life. I'm not gonna.
Yeah, right.
So yesterday he finally is forced to address this because he's at this at the podium,
the North American
with Trudeau and the Mexican guy
thing.
Yeah,
let's check that out. Joe Biden.
Well, let me get rid of the easy one first.
Okay.
People know I take classified documents and classified information seriously.
No,
when my lawyers were clearing out my office at the University of Pennsylvania, they set up an office for me, secure office in the Capitol. When the 4 years after being vice president, I was a professor at Penn. They found some documents in a box.
Is that even true?
Locked
2 years,
cabinet,
not 4. Okay,
or at least a closet.
Here we go.
And as soon as they did, they realized there were
read it.
several classified documents in that box. And they did what they should have done. They immediately called the archives, turned them over to the archives, and I was briefed about this discovery and surprised to learn that there were any government records that were taken there to that office. But I don't know what's in the documents. My lawyers have not suggested I ask what documents they were. I've turned over the boxes. They've turned over the boxes to the archives, and we're cooperating fully with the review, and which I hope will be finished soon, and there'll be more detail at that time.
Yeah, okay.
Again, no responsibility for anything.
No.
He hasn't taken responsibility or ownership of anything.
Yeah, and this review is staying within the Department of Justice. Merrick Garland is not giving it to an independent investigator. This is going to go nowhere. It's going to amount to nothing, and he's going to continue to dodge what Joy Behar wants to give him the benefit of the doubt. I do not. So.
Well, he doesn't deserve the benefit of the doubt. The guy's a lying sack of crap. And he's always been. He's also dementia riddled, which doesn't help.
That's probably why his lawyers didn't tell him what they found, because he'd probably end up telling the world.
It. Yeah, he probably would.
And then he would really have some troubles.
Yep. Like he had nothing to do with any of these documents being anywhere in his possession. I don't even know how they ended up there. I don't know what they are. I don't know what's in those boxes. I thought that in those boxes were some old albums I had from the 70s. I used to keep a good deal of music. But then I kind of boxed them up because we don't have a turntable anymore. So I was really surprised to hear that they weren't my old Led Zeppelin records.
That was nice of your attorneys to take care of that for you.
Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know how these documents got there. I guess.
Man. I want to know what those documents were.
So do I.
I want to know right now. If we're going to lay out stuff that we find in the home of a private citizen, Donald Trump, we're going to lay out what we found at this office of a sitting president. Let's go. Lay it out. Let's do. We didn't get the pre-dawn raid, right?
No.
So
no, we did not.
Are we going to get the photographs of everything spread out on the floor?
Can you imagine the reaction from the Hollywood elitists in the coven there on The View if the FBI did raid his home in Delaware? Any of his homes, wherever they may be, because he's got several. Maybe the beach home, maybe his home in the city. I don't know.
Did you see they're building a wall there, another wall around
Biden's place?
Yeah, I forget how much it's costing taxpayers.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it's either 100,000 or it's in the hundreds of thousands.
So he's worth protecting, but the nation
isn't ironic? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got to have some protection, but
500,000.
The rest of us. Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a $500,000 wall. We did read that.
Are they just now building it?
Yeah.
Well, anyhow, yeah. So yeah, they can protect his house, but not ours.
Right.
But yeah, but he went down to El Paso. He took care of that. He saw it for himself, right?
Sure. He saw El Paso, and we saw him walking by the wall. And there were no illegals running around there.
But
so everything was fine. I mean, the border was secure where he was. So no need to go downtown and check out what was happening there.
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to sanitize it and clean it up, but there's such a mess in El Paso.
Yeah.
They just had to decide, okay, we just won't take him down here.
Yeah, and I know that we rightfully rip CNN for their coverage in pretty much everything related to Washington, D.C. and what goes on up there. But, man, they will not let the El Paso trip go.
That's interesting.
It has been
wonder why.
Something to behold.
That's it. I mean, you're right. I think they've spent more time on it than Fox has.
If you think about this,
which is interesting.
Biden lands, and I looked up his public schedule on Sunday morning. So he was technically in El Paso for 3 hours. Now, how much of that was driving from the airport and all that stuff? Blah, blah, blah.
3 hours.
Yeah, that's from touchdown to takeoff. 3 hours.
Wow.
And so that was on Sunday. So you'd think this little blip of a visit would just be reported on and move on. CNN had the mayor of El Paso on, a Democrat, yesterday morning, and they talked to him about that visit.
All right. And here it is.
Mayor, one question has been about what the president didn't see, because from our reports on the ground, our reporters who are with him, he didn't actually come face to face with any of the migrants there. And we know that there are hundreds of migrants, of course. We've seen them sleeping on the streets of El Paso. So did he get a sufficient view of the humanitarian crisis aspect of this?
Well, he didn't.
There you go.
That was, he didn't.
Good enough. That kind of answers it. Now, then they had a reporter who was down there in downtown El Paso, surrounded by the migrant camps and stuff like that. And here was her report from CNN yesterday.
President Biden is waking up in Mexico, facing some criticism, including from members of his own party after his first visit to the border since taking office.
Pause it for just a second. Look at that. That's a tranquil scene. Sun is shining. They're taking a nice little stroll near a big wall.
Yeah, the weather has been nice.
There's no chaos at all. It's just a nice little trip to El Paso to show how settled and how secure the border is. So that's great.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead.
Paso, Texas. It did include meetings with Border Patrol officers, lawmakers, and local officials. But President Biden did not appear to meet or actually see any migrants there, including as he visited a migrant aid center. So everyone asked the White House why that was. The White House says, well, there were no migrants there at the time. It was a coincidence, they say. Our reporting does show, though, that there are still and were when the president visited hundreds of migrants on the streets of El Paso, including children. Rosa Flores joins us live this morning from El Paso, and that's your reporting, Rosa. that those migrants were there. The president didn't interact with any of them?
Hello?
No, he did not. And that's why the president is being criticized by both sides because of what he didn't see. So let me show you, because this is one of the migrant camps that's here in downtown El Paso. And, you know, the immigration advocates here in El Paso and Governor Greg Abbott usually don't agree on much, but they do raise the same question. If President Biden came here to El Paso to see the reality on the ground about the border, and he didn't come here, what's considered the epicenter of this crisis, did he leave with a clear understanding?
I mean, there you go. CNN.
Wow.
I'm telling you, they will not let this story go. Good for them.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've got a theory with the border situation and with this classified documents. I think this stuff's going to steamroll. I think that they see the old man who keeps sending out signals that he's going to run again. And I think the left, the establishment left, is saying, no. You're not. And it's going to be interesting, 2023 for Joe Biden, I think, as far as fending off investigations from the Republican-controlled House, from the media that apparently is asking real questions and portraying reality. But
interesting.
He addressed the border yesterday.
So in Mexico, he did talk a little bit about the illegal immigrants. Here's what he had to say.
Listen to this.
In the United States, immigrants, mine go all the way back to the Irish famine.
Yeah, we got it.
But the point is, all of us have been immigrants.
Okay, thank you.
And one of the things that comes across fairly clearly is it's not like people sit in their home, city, county, town, and say, I got a great idea.
Okay.
Let's sell everything we have. Give it to a coyote, go through some jungles and a long path up to the United States, smuggle us across the border, drop us in the desert, and won't that be fun in a country we don't even speak the language?
Bro.
We can do more than merely just make legal immigration more streamlined, but we can also...
You catch that? It's not like anyone's saying that. They're literally doing that, man.
That's exactly what they're doing. Yeah, he just described the process. I don't know if they say to themselves, won't that be fun?
Right.
But everything else about what he just described happens thousands of times a day. Every day. In virtually every country, from the southern border to the tip of South America, there are people making that decision and doing exactly that.
How could you stop that? How could you make it so that they didn't want to just keep walking right up into our country? Could you maybe, I don't know.
Could you enforce U.S. laws?
Seal the border?
Could you close the border off for a while? Let's just seal it completely until such time as we have it under control. What if we stop the leak?
That's too simple.
How about that?
That's too simple. You gotta, no.
Like when you have a plumbing problem, instead of turning on the faucet, you fix the plumbing problem first, right? You fix the leak, or you're going to have a flood. Well, that's exactly what we have. So, and I love the fact that it's still, after 30 years, 11 million illegal immigrants.
No, it's been a static number for how long?
Do you remember that figure from when we first arrived in Houston?
Yes.
In 2001, they were saying 11 million illegal immigrants. Today, 2023, 11 million illegal immigrants in this country. Seriously, it hasn't gone up by one? Not even by one in that time. Okay. All right.
Can we?
The number is about 30 million.
Yeah.
Maybe 40. It's got to be 30 to 40 million people here illegally.
84,000 dropped off in El Paso in less than 3 months.
Yeah.
At the end of last year.
And we had 2.2 million, was it last year? In the last year, 2.2 million illegals flooded across. And those are just the ones we had contact with.
Thank you.
So how many more sneaked across the border and nobody saw them?
Thank you. By the way, if you're traveling today by air, there is a nationwide ground stop as the FAA is having some sort of system outage.
Oh, good.
All carriers, all flights affected. So happy travels to you.
All carriers, all flights?
Yeah. So.
Wow. That's pretty big. Hopefully you don't have to go anywhere today.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just maybe call ahead.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
Jeez.
I mean, what's happening to our country?
I don't know. Well, we got Jeffy. He'll fix it. Jeffy's coming up next to chew the fat. have you with us. 888-900-3393. Of course, time now for Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
Awesome.
Because, when you get caught between the moon and New York City, I know it's crazy.
Wait, no.
Your name is Jeffy, but it's true.
Wow, it's been a long
It's been a
break.
while. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, the best that you can do, is chew the fat. Jeffy, he does as he pleases. There's no more.
I keep waiting for more of the extended version. It's never
I
there.
just screwed up the most important part of it. When you get stuck between the moon and New York City, your name is Jeffy.
It's true.
That much is true.
It's true.
All right. Here's Chewing the Fat with Jeffy.
You go on tour. You can't be expected, night after night after night.
Exactly.
It's just like, I'm sick of doing
Well, and the
this
drugs and the late nights.
Right.
I mean,
wait, that's not far from the truth.
So, just a side note, I don't have much on the Golden Globes, but they did cancel last year for lack of diversity.
Lack of diversity.
So
they did it behind closed doors, right?
And so we just, we can't have it.
So this year was completely diverse?
Absolutely.
Good.
Absolutely, completely diverse. And Vlad showed up and gave his little speech.
That's where actors go.
Sean Penn introduced him.
All right.
And he talked about how the tide was turning. The tide is turning. And while there's a long way to go yet, we're still need your money, of course.
Of course.
Because the tide is turning.
Okay.
So.
All right.
Well, good.
Okay, great. The Mega Millions drawing last night with the $1.1 billion jackpot, the $576.8 million cash payout. No winner.
Wow.
That makes this Friday night's drawing, Friday the 13th, by the way, as for right now, $1.35 billion. $707.9 million cash payout. Still the fourth largest. I was thinking that it would jump more than that, but from 1.1 to 1.35 seems like a small jump. But good luck. I went to play my mega drawing last night for tonight's drawing. I see where the Powerball is up to $360 million for tonight, and I thought, $60 million though.
So if you just get that one number right, you get $360 million?
No, the Powerball is a separate drawing. The Powerball drawing is a separate lottery.
Right.
There's Powerball and there's Mega Millions.
Okay.
And so they have side by side signs, the Powerball and the Mega Millions.
It just looks sad.
It looks sad. Yeah, $360 million. I'm thinking only $360 million.
It's not even worth it.
So Jeffy, do you use the same number every time?
I'm not going to tell you my secret.
No, I want to know.
I'm not going to tell you my gambling secret.
Successful.
I have.
Do a quick pick.
I have. A couple weeks ago, I won like $12.
Whoa.
So back off.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know.
Surprised you show up today.
I decided, I spent it on Christmas gifts.
Okay. Good job.
We know that we have the new Speaker of the House in Congress. We know that, and we now know that Liz Cheney no longer a member of Congress, but we know now that her spirit will live on in Congress.
No.
And,
that's good.
So,
in case you're listening, you want to describe that for them, Jeffy?
Well, it looks like Liz Cheney has taken the look of Patch Crenshaw.
Dan Crenshaw, yeah.
So, I mean, that guy, he apologized because he knew he screwed up.
He didn't really apologize.
And he didn't get he's not getting any of his nominations on any of
he can't chair the committee that he wanted to. So,
have a nice day.
Do we know what he punched, by the way? Do we know why his knuckles were bloody?
Oh, I have not heard.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Haven't heard that.
But, I mean, good. This really showed his true colors.
Yeah, it did.
It's too bad.
Sure did.
Because I kind of want to like him.
I used to.
I mean,
but can't stand him now. Can't stand him.
I mean, thanks for your service.
Yes. I just thanked him last week. So do I have to thank it every time his name comes up? I got to thank him first.
Yes, you do.
Thank you, Dan, for your service. Thank you. Thank you.
It's good.
Now stop being a douchebag.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
We would thank you even more if you would do that.
Patch, but, back down a little bit, okay?
Yeah.
What do you do if you sign a 2-year, $400 million contract to play soccer for Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia, and you want to bring the woman you live with, Georgina Rodriguez, with you, and, by the way, another $300 to $400 million to be the ambassador for the Saudi World Cup on top of the contract? Well, if you're Ronaldo, you get the country to either change the law or look the other way. No problem. Saudi says...
Which are they doing?
They're just letting them. Go ahead, you guys can live together. Don't worry, we'll look the other way. That's fine. Sure, you're supposed to be married. Sure, any woman who obtains an entry visa is supposed to be the wife.
Yeah. The Saudis are trying desperately through sports to reposition their nation.
Big time.
Their laws, their culture, all of that. I mean, they're doing it with the golf situation. They're doing it in soccer by bringing in Ronaldo. Ronaldo did not have a good... he was so mediocre last year, he got benched.
Yeah, and he got in trouble. He can't even play yet for the Saudi team. He's got, I think, one more match ban to go. Because he slammed that kid. I have the video. He smashed this 14-year-old kid's phone. He had hurt himself. He's coming off the field. And you watch him walk off the field, and this kid has his phone looking to take a picture of him. And Ronaldo smashes the phone down, slams on it.
Wow.
And, of course, here he comes. He's limping. He's injured. And you see the kid down here at the bottom where you can just make it out, has the phone there, and started taking. Ronaldo goes, "Oh, you're taking a picture of my one? Get out of here with that thing." Slams it down.
Oh, no.
That's uncool.
Yeah,
wow.
So he got, and of course, it's a 14-year-old autistic boy.
I don't care who it is. That was rude.
Game. The mom has talked to the police. And Ronaldo's like, I'm sorry. I'll invite you to the game. I had never heard where he said he would buy him a new phone. He just said, you guys can come to a game. I'll get you into the game.
Come to a game.
I'll get you into the game. Shut up. And the police have given him a warning, but the soccer league gave him missed 2 games. They banned him for 2 games for doing that. So I love the fact that he's, I'll give you a couple of tickets. You guys can come back to another game. No problem. Thanks. Buy the kid a phone. At least buy him a new phone.
Yeah.
Right? Give him a jersey, something.
Because they're going to sue him.
I'll
bet you. Bet you they'll sue him for like tens of millions of dollars.
And they'll probably get it.
And they'll
probably get it. Yeah. We'll see if he talks about it to his 532 million followers on Instagram.
Whoa, 532 million?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's number 1 on Instagram.
That is really something.
It's a few people.
Yeah.
He only has 106.9 million on Twitter.
What a loser.
And 159 million on Facebook.
Pathetic.
I know, right?
Pathetic.
It's that time again. Those of you looking for a gig, Oscar Mayer looking for Wienermobile hot doggers who will act as brand ambassadors for Oscar Mayer. Full-time paid 1-year assignment. Comes with competitive salary and all expenses, team apparel and benefits covered by the company. And I was looking to see what the competitive salary is, and it looks like it's between like 50 and 70,000. That's not bad. That's not bad. So you just be a hot dogger and wear Oscar Mayer shirts all day for a year and walk away with 60, 70,000 in the bank.
Not bad.
It's not a bad gig.
Yeah,
it's not bad at all. If it's that much, if it's that much to be a hot dogger, Oscar Mayer brand ambassador. It'd be fun. I love the Wienermobile. When you see it, it's so cool. One of the I've seen that a couple of times, and then my favorite I think was when I saw the Hershey Kiss Mobile. You ever seen that?
No.
That is awesome. When you see the Hershey Kiss Mobile, then you know that bags of Hershey Kisses are coming your way, my friend.
Then there it is.
Awesome. Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. We had them show up at the station a couple of times, man. And you just I maybe walked away with a few bags of Hershey Kisses.
Did you know?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
To give away.
No, sure.
As a brand ambassador friend. Next month, a robot will advise a defendant in U.S. court for the first time in history.
This is wild, man.
CEO and founder Joshua Browder of DoNotPay.com joins me on Chewing the Fat later today.
All right.
So we're going to find out about the robot that's actually an AI algorithm created by Do Not Pay. Apparently it's going to run, and we'll wait to talk to him today on the interview, but the way it's reported is that it's going to run on a smartphone located in the defendant's pocket, and through an earpiece it will advise him on what to say, listening to arguments.
How cool is that?
So we'll see how DoNotPay.com works out today on Chewing the Fat, because I'm a fan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Object.
I'd like to know,
object.
We need to keep a track of the AI's record in court. So if you use it, use that app.
Oh, they will. Yeah, they most definitely will. He's kept where the cases are under wraps because he's using like a special loophole that involves hearing aids so that the guy can use the hearing piece for the robot.
Interesting.
And so it may violate some courtroom protocol.
Can I take that AI?
So we'll see. I mean, I'll talk
casino?
I'm looking forward to talking to him today. Right. All right. I know. But, I don't know how long you'll be able to use violating courtroom protocol when you have your robot attorneys, right? I mean, the attorneys will be fighting that forever. Mm-hmm. Human attorneys will be fighting that forever. So good luck. God bless. I can't wait to talk to him, though, because I want to find out how long that's going to, what's happening with that. It'll be awesome. Also, can we talk about streaming apps and what they do and how we enjoy them, when we pay too much and we too many. But I want to say Paramount Plus has done something on their streaming app that is genius. Genius. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's just them that have the rights to do it, if they've developed it and no one else does it. But when you're watching a show on Paramount Plus and you pause it, if you pause for 5 seconds, more than 5 seconds, an ad pops up. And it's just a single ad, a promo for another show.
Yeah, I hate it.
I think that's genius.
Freaking hate it.
That is genius. It's not audio. It's just a picture, picture promo.
Really? I hate
that is genius. I mean, that is a new way to promote your product and other products because I've got it on pause. Why just leave it paused? Look, give me an ad. Man, I thought that's a genius thing, man.
I hate it.
Why?
Just don't update the app.
Because I don't want that. I already suffer through enough ads. I don't need another one just because I paused the screen.
Well,
I hate it.
I think it's genius.
It's asinine. Okay. Well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
So, college football over.
Mm-hmm.
Very disappointing.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to have college football be over. And it is really over because Georgia
destroyed TCU.
Crushed TCU. Man, TCU.
Clearly not ready to play that game.
No. And, I guess it could have been, had Max hit a couple of passes early that he overthrew, maybe it's a little different.
Maybe.
But it sure didn't feel like it, man.
No. They looked and felt completely overmatched.
And that one touchdown was because of the defensive back made a mistake.
Yeah.
I mean, if the back had done what he was supposed to do, that would not have been a touchdown. I mean, obviously, that's clear with almost every touchdown.
65-7 if you missed the final score.
Yeah, oof, man, that is not good.
No, they were
not
clearly
good.
I mean, I don't believe that Georgia is 58 points better than TCU. I just think they came out flat. They weren't prepared. They weren't ready. They didn't have the energy. They didn't have that fire. And when you play a team like Georgia, if you're not prepared, you're going to get steamrolled.
And it's a big week. It's a national championship. It's a whole different ball game. Georgia had been there before. Georgia plays in obviously the superior league.
I don't know about that.
12. Obviously.
Wait,
I don't know about that.
Obviously,
hold on. Are you going to make a case that the Big 12 is better than the SEC?
You know he is now.
Just as good, or just as good.
I got news for you.
At least they will be this coming season.
Okay.
I got BYU in the league.
Yeah. I got news for you. Oklahoma and Texas are going to the SEC.
So good riddance. Good. We don't need them.
Yeah, we need a couple of teams to push.
We need a poll. Who's the better conference right now, SEC or Big 12?
Oh, I mean,
What a surprise that would be if people chose the SEC. What a stunning surprise.
Because they are.
Right, yeah. And then we have the NFL playoffs. Looking for that. Starts this weekend. Awesome stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Looking forward to that. We have, have we set a lunch date?
I'm needing my food.
Because
right after you guys get the lunch from Stu, to make up for last season. You got to catch up from last year before we get to this year.
All right, no problem.
Yeah,
Jeffy, we're gonna have to stay united on this front.
I mean, I'm excited. All I care about in the over/unders is don't lose.
I mean, what was it that you brought us one time? Top ramen or something? Wasn't it like 38-cent top ramen?
Okay, well, first of all.
Mm-hmm. First of all,
that was a thing at the time that we were bringing the joke lunches.
Yeah. Right. Huh. Really?
That we got out of.
Is that what that was a thing then?
That was a thing. Yes, it was.
Wonder if it's a thing now. We'll see. I guess after
somebody
Stu
brought,
pays
I don't
off,
know, somebody brought popcorn.
Yeah. I think Stu brought big bags of popcorn.
Yeah. I mean, my ramens are a lot better than that.
You can quote him on that.
You can't quote
my
me on
ramens are a lot better than that.
Bags of popcorn. Thank you.
And that's true. That's a fair statement.
I gave you serious lunches.
It was supposed to be a week. That's what it was. A week's worth of lunches. That's what it was.
Yes.
Yeah. So by bringing ramen, you got around that. Okay.
Yeah. So be sure to subscribe to Chewing the Fat, by the way. Available wherever you get your podcasts.
All right.
I had enough.
And it's is it still free? Have you been able to keep the price down on that for another week? Yet another week.
Yes.
You're a warrior for the listeners.
Yes.
You are a warrior for them to make sure that they don't get charged for that, which they should.
I mean,
it's
I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but if you,
I mean, what would you normally
subscribe
pay
to the Blaze
for Chewing the Fat?
If you subscribe to the Blaze, blaze.com/Jeffy or Pat, you get your discount, and then that with that subscribership, that helps keep Chewing the Fat free. And you're welcome.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good. All right, I'm looking forward to it with a great deal of anticipation. Chicago schools being investigated for complaints of alleged employee sexual misconduct with students.
Wait.
What?
What?
We'll get into that coming up in just a few minutes and so much more. Pat Gray Unleashed. Tweets here. This from Roddy Introvert. Jeffy driving the Oscar Mayer Wiener wagon would be epic.
Thank you.
Never going to happen, as the selection committee has been warned about Jeffy's antics surrounding, food and food-related vehicles, and, of course, the damaged inventory.
That is such a Jeffy scam. No, it's damaged. I got to take it home. Can't sell it now.
Right.
Can't sell it, but you can eat it.
I mean, it's just marked down product.
Right. That's all.
Marked down into my back seat of my car.
Oh, if you're working for Oscar Mayer, though, come on now.
Come on now.
We need some more hot dogs to give away. Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Toothpaste Words tweets in that CNN clip. There was a tent in the background with lights flickering in it, like someone is watching TV.
Okay, so let's revisit
watching
this.
TV in those tents?
I don't know. I didn't catch that.
So
we don't need the audio, but can we see this?
Extension cords plugged in.
Let's see. Hold on. Where's the?
It's when they go down. Yeah, right here.
Okay.
Yeah, right behind her.
Let's take
that first tent over her right shoulder, stage left. There has a flag sticking out.
Yeah,
that we get to.
I do remember seeing that. But where's the flickering? Come on now.
I don't see the flickering.
You can pot her up a little bit, I guess. Otherwise, it's
because of what
awkward.
He didn't see. So let me show you, because this is
there we go.
The migrant here.
There's the flag. He's waiting for the president or she.
And the
waiting on the president.
Advocates here in El Paso,
I'm not seeing the flickering.
Governor Greg Abbott usually don't agree on.
I mean, he probably has a tablet
or
something.
The same
no.
question. If President Biden came here to El Paso to see the reality on the ground about the border,
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't either.
The one behind it, I think. Or is it this one here?
I wouldn't be surprised if they had a
a tablet or
80-inch flat screen.
Just
in there.
better not have a gas stove in there.
Would that surprise you?
Right, no.
Somebody gave him an 80-inch flat screen. And access to electricity.
Yeah.
Oh, and they also have a cable subscription.
Yeah.
And they've got every stinking app known to mankind.
Yeah,
okay.
we've upgraded a long way in the last 20 years from water tanks in the desert.
Wow, haven't we, though?
For sure.
Jeez. Yeah, I remember the big controversy then over the water stations.
Yeah.
Because, well, now aren't you encouraging them to come into the country? Because we're showing them that, all right, when you do, here's some water for you. Should we do milkshakes, too? Should we do, taco stands along the way?
Are we having the same argument that we had then?
Yeah.
Just walk through restaurants? Okay.
Now we just let you set up shop in downtown El Paso. You just live there. That's fine.
And I mean, look, they cleaned up that town. Obviously, they made sure that President Biden was making,
We don't have the side-by-side, do we, on
left.
that one alley?
Don't go left. Don't go left down here. But they showed, they showed pictures of the side-by-side of what it was.
It's incredible.
One day, and then the next day as they were getting ready for the president to come. I don't know if we can't get a close-up.
Are you able to zoom in on this,
there.
Kayla, on Jeffy's phone?
Look at the difference there. That's incredible.
I mean, you can see the...
What'd they do with those people?
They disappeared them.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So what are we looking at here, Jeffy?
There we go. Just a homeless street.
A side-by-side. It's a little hard to see with the glare.
They cleaned it up there.
Yeah,
they cleaned it up. So the right-hand side's cleaned up.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So President Biden
Getting ready
saw
for the
that.
prez?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, that's incredible. Thank you, Gail.
Bad.
Pathetic.
I mean, it's just asinine what's happening.
Who cleaned that up? Because even the mayor himself was like, nope, he didn't come down to interact with the illegals. So who? Some community group, some far left.
And if you
clean up the street,
if you can clean it up for the president's visit, can you not clean it up for the sake of the El Paso
probably
residents?
not if you're a main thoroughfare for illegal aliens marching through your country.
Come on,
never ending.
Never ending. You don't have a respite.
Jeez,
you can only disappear so many.
Something's got to be done. Yeah.
Right. Really disappear so many. And
were they all hiding in the porta potties in that video? Everybody just waiting here. We'll tell you when it's clear.
Man, I wonder if they were sent back to Mexico. I wonder if.
Oh,
I don't. I wonder
that
at all.
Get them on a bus, send them back across the border. I mean, how hard would that be? That'd be the best method. That'd be the easiest.
I would much prefer that than sending them to Kamala's house.
Of course. Yeah, just send them home. Of course, they'll just come back across. But
people are tweeting at me that they did see the video.
They saw the flicker?
The toothpaste words. So, yeah. So somebody apparently was watching it. I don't know. It's a green tint
all right.
in the video. So
I didn't see it, but good.
Yeah. There we go.
Doesn't surprise me. Again, wouldn't surprise me.
Nope.
What are they supposed to do? Live in a tent without some sort of handheld device?
Ask that. You cannot ask that
thank
of them.
you.
They took the time to come to our country illegally. The least we can do is provide them with every creature comfort imaginable. That's the least we can do. Because some of them have come from 1,000 miles away.
Right.
What do you expect them to do?
Yeah, and the World Cup was on.
Not only do they need the TV, they need food, they need the shelter. You provide them with transportation. So, electricity, all the utilities should be taken care of. Plus, they've got the cell phones, right? Give them the cell phones. So, what are we missing here? Healthcare. They got to have healthcare.
We're not missing that, my friend. They're getting that too.
No, and then when they get here, they get free education.
Right.
They get lower housing rates. So, no, I think we covered it all.
I think we covered it.
We're good.
Yep. This is disturbing from Chicago schools, but it's happening actually at schools all over America. But Chicago schools, a watchdog investigated complaints of alleged employee sexual misconduct with students.
Man, remember this used to be rare?
Yeah.
It was like a national story. Oh my gosh, can you believe this?
Yeah.
And now it's everywhere.
A group of Woodlawn residents gathered to insist the community provide resources for local Chicago residents rather than migrants. How dare you hateful people ask that? Who do you think you are? American citizens? Oh, wow. It's really cute. That's cute, isn't it? It's adorable of them. Hundreds of Chicago teachers and school officials sexually groomed and sexually assaulted students or engaged in policy violations over the past 4 years, according to a new report. The Chicago Public Schools Office of the Inspector General released its annual report saying it substantiated more than 70 misconduct allegations out of more than 600 complaints for the 2021-2022 school year. Since October of 2018, the watchdog said policy violations were found in 302 investigations. One of the investigations concluded one teacher groomed and sexually assaulted a 17-year-old student 3 times. That teacher was charged with multiple counts of sexual assault. After a November of last year trial, the teacher was acquitted on all counts, despite evidence provided by the student and social media records. Interesting. Another investigation revealed a former JROTC staff member had sex with a high school girl over the course of a year when she was 16 to 17 years old. The girl was also given alcohol and marijuana and purchased marijuana for him.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
A lot going on there.
A lot going on. The pair also exchanged hundreds of text messages and calls. How do they get away with this stuff? How does that happen?
Jeffy's fine with it, though.
Are you fine with it?
Jeffy's over there just
I didn't say a word. This is horrific.
I won't even read the message because it's of graphic content, but interesting stuff.
And it goes on and on. There's different people, there's principal, there's a not superintendent, but someone high up in the district there. And I mean, this is just endemic of most school districts now in the country has at least one of these things going on at a time. But boy, it really boiled over last night in Caldwell, Idaho, Metro Boise. I mean, if this is the school board in a metropolitan area of Boise, Idaho, my gosh, these school boards are so out of control.
And they don't care.
They don't care.
Right.
Check out the arrogance here.
There's a state senator who gets up to speak at the school board here. It's a long clip, but I think it's worth it.
And at this time, I would like to call Senator Chris Treacle, if you may come up, please.
All right, because they're trying to implement bathrooms. Let boys go to girls' bathrooms in Metro Boise. That's his main beef here.
State your name, sir, and your address.
Pause it for a second. Wait, are you saying this man is going to have a problem with biological
I think that's
boys
what he's just saying.
going into girls' bathrooms?
It's crazy, right?
But what if they identify as female?
So this is why I pulled the video, because I thought, outrageous. My gosh, what's this guy's deal?
Why the hate?
Girls to go to the bathroom with girls, right?
Why
Instead
the
of
hate?
Guys going to the bathroom with girls.
Why the bigotry?
I thought it stood out. I thought it was worth noting.
Let's check this out.
Idahoans, man.
Just address the rules that you guys put forward. For instance, you said you can't criticize employees or anything like that. The Supreme Court ruled back in 1983 that any government public forum, which this is an official forum, anybody can say whatever they want. And that includes, and they specifically said this in the case, criticizing school district employees and the board. So by telling them you can't, you're violating all these people's First Amendment rights.
Thank you. Sir?
All
right. We're off on the right foot.
My name's Chris Treacle. I live at 2019 Fairview Avenue. First, I want to talk about policy 2520 about the curriculum. I'm hoping it's just some oversight, but in there, according to Idaho law 33-512, one half of the curriculum committee has to be made up by parents, not a quarter. So you guys need to go back.
So there's another violation. That's 2 violations by the school board.
And then on top of that as well, you're striking out the part that says that you're not legally responsible for providing the materials and stuff like that.
Okay.
I like to point out
another code.
Also, 33-512, Section 3.
That's 3 violations.
legally to provide materials.
They'll fix it. They're Caldwell School District
children and the school boards. So
Schools of Excellence.
why you guys are striking that out, I don't know, but you are legally responsible for it. It's Idaho statute.
Okay.
Now, to get on to the exciting part of 3280.
The bathroom stuff.
I like to discuss, last time I came here as a parent, but I don't get afforded that right because people like to attack me and use my official position instead. So I'm here on my official position.
Okay.
You, under Idaho law, are required to maintain the morals and health of all the students. How can you do that when, like that little girl came up here and said, and you allow a male to use a female bathroom? You're going to put all of their moral health and safety at risk. And like I told you before, you will face litigation. You called that a threat. I'm telling you, that is what will happen. It's already happened in several states, and there's already been rulings on it.
Okay.
So before you waste taxpayer money, before you put a kid in harm's way, you better throw this policy out and not even consider. I've got the floor. Ms. Pacino, will you please listen to me?
Sir.
Yeah, you claim you want people to follow the rules, but you break the rules left and right. Last month, you allowed 2 people to speak.
We will recess.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on a second. What?
Now we're done.
Now we're
done.
It turn his mic off, and then it just spirals from there. So, in other words, instead of addressing this guy, this goes on. If you let it play, she just adjourns the meeting.
Absolutely know the protocol.
Yeah, they're like, you know what? We're just adjourning this meeting. Rather than address the citizens of their community, they just
ignore them.
Call it a night.
Madam Chair, I move to
Is that guy on the
I move
right?
to adjourn.
I have a motion to adjourn. Do I have a second?
This is happening across the country.
Is that guy on the right Chum Lee from Pawn Stars? Is that Chum Lee?
Nice job.
Oh, he looks like it, doesn't he? He does look
What
like.
does he do living in Idaho?
How did
Chumley
Vegas? How did he get elected to the school board?
I have
in
no idea.
Caldwell?
It's crazy, right?
That's really weird.
It's crazy.
That's madness. And like you said, it happens all over the country.
And they don't even want to have the conversation with you.
No.
These people show up to defend
They think they're
their
above
kids.
all that.
And exactly. There's these elitists that sit up there and they're like, you know what?
How dare you
we're just
question
adjourning.
us? How dare you question? What they need to do is exactly what South Lake, Texas
That's what I was
did.
thinking, yes.
And remove them.
Just vote them
Get
out.
rid of
Have
them.
a nice day. You're
Yep.
done. You're done.
Have somebody run for each of their positions. Show this clip during your campaign and get them out.
Yes.
They need to be out of that position. Right now, maybe the most important job in the country is being a member of a school board. And maybe the most important place you can make a change and make a big difference in your community is by, if you can't find anybody good, run yourself for the local school board. Find a way to find the time and run for a school board seat, because you can make a difference that way.
Yeah, I'm just looking here at the Caldwell School District. It looks like 3 members are up for re-election this fall.
There you go. There you go. You can get rid of 3 of them all at once, just like they did in South Lake. Chumley might be one of them.
Let me see. He is zone 4. And yeah, he's up for it. Yeah. So
Okay.
He's got to go back to Vegas.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right. Let me tell you about Nugenix. This is the Frank Thompson, product.
Frank Thomas.
I mean, Thomas. Yeah, not Thompson. Frank Thomas, the big baseball player, Hall of Fame, I think, right?
So,
He's in
yeah.
the Hall of Fame. And he loves this stuff, and so does his wife. And you'll love this stuff, and so will your wife. This is Nugenix Total T. It contains man-boosting key ingredients like testofen, which has been validated in 5 clinical studies shown to boost free testosterone levels in men. And one of the greatest aspects of what testosterone can do for you, and the testofen that will spike your testosterone, is that you've got more energy. I mean, when you don't have testosterone coursing through your veins, you just kind of tend to be lethargic, and if it's just energy, it's worth it. Now you can get a complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T when you text Unleashed to 231-231. Text it right now. Get a bottle of Nugenix Thermo, their most powerful fat incinerator ever, with key ingredients to help you get back in shape. Absolutely free. Text Unleashed to 231-231. All right? Texting enrolls you into recurring automated text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply. But text 231-231 for yours right now.
You're listening to Pat Gray Unleashed.
888-900-3393. Pat Unleashed on Twitter.
Yeah, that's the right number.
I know.
Okay.
I know. What do you mean? Why'd you even say that?
Well, I felt you pause, and it felt like you were
it was a dramatic pause.
Oh, okay. I misunderstood the pause.
Yeah, you did.
And it
yes,
worked.
you did.
It really worked.
It did work. Okay, good. We told you about the 21-year-old Air Force Academy football player who just died suddenly. And then there was a soccer player who I believe, former Cameroon and Paris Saint-Germain midfielder Modeste Mbami. Big star, I guess, on his soccer teams. Sure. He died Saturday, 40 years old, of a heart attack.
It never ends, man.
40. I don't know if they're going to find out what's going on. I guess there is a group who has decided to come forward and talk about these deaths and what's going on here.
Really?
Yeah. And here's an ad they've put together to address the situation.
Oh, helpful.
Are you or a loved one suffering from a medical coincidence? You want proper medical care, but you don't want people sniffing around asking a whole bunch of questions about what might be causing your problem.
Right.
At the Kaufman Institute for Coincidence, we won't look into the cause of your heart or other problem. We'll just fix it.
Good.
That's right.
Okay.
We promise to only look at your symptoms. We won't get all curious looking for causes, because that could get your employer or your doctor into some legal hot water.
Right. Or the
Nobody wants
administration.
that.
Nobody wants that.
At Kaufman, we understand that coincidence is now the leading cause of death.
Hey, we've got another coincidence over here.
If we want to operate at the speed of science, there's no time for looking for causes. No pesky questions about drugs or vaccines you may have been given.
Right.
At Kaufman, we specialize in the effects and leave the causes to the conspiracy theorists.
Thank you.
And let's be honest, we know the cause anyway. It was a coincidence, right? For each new patient, Kaufman's talented team of doctors strap on their blinders and look directly at the problem area, usually the heart, just like the CDC recommends. Our main campus now treats myocarditis, blood clots, heart arrhythmia, stroke, heart attack, magnetic skin, difficulty breathing, full body blisters and burning, convulsions, kidney failure, memory loss, cancer, sudden death, and much, much more.
Much more.
Give your coincidence the attention it deserves, but not the wrong kind of attention. At Kaufman. Schedule your appointment today at kaufmancoincidence.com and receive a doctor's note with a real sciencey sounding explanation to provide to your anti-vax friends.
I want a
proving to them
sciencey sounding
it was definitely
explanation.
not the vaccine that caused your coincidence.
Okay.
Kaufman, because coincidences happen pretty much all the time.
All the time.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, there you go. I'm glad somebody's,
Somebody's looking into it finally. This is what we asked, right? That's exactly. Remember the magnetic skin thing? We haven't heard about that in a while, though.
Right.
What was that about?
That was early on concentration, like right after you get the deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Things stuck to your arm. Metal things.
I've seen it happen in person, Jeffy.
I didn't say a word. Not one word did I say.
No, you didn't.
That's because you'll be beat down if you do.
No, I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you. How did you even walk by your refrigerator without getting sucked up to it?
I could because I didn't have the vaccine.
Exactly.
That's how I did.
That's how we did it.
So I'm glad they're not going to bother looking into dumb things and conspiracy theories like the vaccine. That would be bad if they looked into it.
Wait, where did you come up with that wild theory?
Well, because they just mentioned it.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
Sorry.
they're not going to look into that kind of stuff. Why would you? We all know that's crazy talk. So, don't look into it. Don't look, just a coincidence. Coincidence is killing a lot of people right now.
Sure is.
And it needs to stop. So, thankfully, there's the Kaufman Institute. You know what else needs to stop is people saying the word field. I hesitated to even say it because it's so racist, but I wanted you to understand what you should stop.
What is that? What?
Field?
Well, for instance, Michigan's health department, of course, this is University of Southern California as well, doing the same thing. They say they will no longer use the words field worker in agency communications.
There we go.
Citing the term's implication for descendants of enslaved black and brown individuals.
Okay.
What? In a field? I mean, you can't even comprehend how you make the connection.
What are we supposed to just call them do people now?
I don't know.
I've been calling them that forever.
Maybe it says in the article, the department said staff and stakeholders have raised concerns. Seriously? No, that's not true. Nobody said,
no.
Hey, you know what? I'm really concerned about the term field worker and hurting people's feelings, and it's killing a lot of people right now. Their feelings get hurt so bad they die.
Can you say I'm an expert in my field, or he's an expert in his field?
No, because then it conjures up, the field.
That's sure
concerns.
Yep, that's right where I was every time.
Yeah,
every time I think that.
The department said staff and stakeholders raised concerns because it's racist connotations. They put that in a memo on January 4th. While the widespread use of this term is not intended to be harmful, we cannot ignore the impact its use has on our employees.
I can't.
Really? How many of them have been hurt by it? I'd like to know. How many have been disabled by that term?
And I love that we're just automatically staff and stakeholders.
Yeah.
We're all stakeholders now.
That sounds.
Hey, traffic and weather together every 8 minutes on the threes all morning long to get you there on time, which is much better than the FAA is doing today because you're not getting there on time if you got a flight scheduled.
No, you're not.
Almost every flight all over the country except Newark and Hartsfield-Jackson in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Those are the only two functioning properly right now.
That's odd.
Isn't it? I don't know if it's because they're not connected to the rest of the system.
Yeah, but are they flying into airports that are down?
Well, yeah, you would think so, yes. Right.
So maybe we not fly out
Okay, so in other words...
So all flights other than that are canceled right now. So 3,500 plus.
Kudos to you if you're flying between Newark and Atlanta.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding.
Right.
You know what we need is trains. We need more trains.
We do need more trains. Yeah. Why aren't we doing billion-dollar train funding now?
We need bullet trains.
Yes, we do.
Bullet trains across the country.
Bullet trains across from city to city in every state.
Well, the good news is about
efficient.
The good news is about the FAA issue is that Pete Buttigieg and President Biden have been briefed.
Oh, then it's fixed.
Well,
essentially.
I
mean, not
fixed.
yet, but it will.
It's not fixed.
It
Don't be
soon
silly.
will be.
Silly. They've been briefed.
Okay.
But they also have said that there's no indication of cyber attack.
Which means there's been a massive cyber attack.
Sure has.
100%.
You can just, take that to the bank.
No evidence. The whole system is down. There's no evidence of a cyber attack.
Oh, okay, what happened? Well, Bill unplugged something in the back.
Somebody
shut us down.
Somebody spilled a Coke into the keyboard. Shut down the entire freaking system.
Now look, I'm with you, Jeffy. If this government is saying something didn't happen, then something actually happened.
Yes.
However, I'm with you, Pat, in that I don't put anything past this government, even to the point where Bill tripped on a wire. Or spilled a Coke. It's such an incompetent...
oh, my gosh.
Who knows?
Would you put anything past him?
No.
That's the sad part. You wouldn't. You wouldn't put anything past this government, these incompetent buffoons. Nothing. Nothing. From them doing it on purpose to who knows what.
I know.
I don't know. By the way, somebody, speaking of incompetent, dementia-riddled buffoons, somebody sent us this Biden
Take
doll.
Take that tag off.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Thank you.
And it says, "Hello, I'm the big guy." On it.
Look at his left foot.
Awesome
look underneath his left foot there. Underneath his
left foot.
Yeah. Made in China. And so the idea is it's pretty fun. I'm sure it's loaded with great phrases that the esteemed President Joe Biden would say.
But we can't get it to work.
We've changed the batteries. We've done everything. And
maybe it's defective on purpose because so is he.
Okay. So whoever sent this to us, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
For the Joe Biden doll. It didn't
say though, right?
Needs to pull it.
No, I didn't get a note or anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And also, a brand new lightning bolt has arrived from Mr. Sean's. Pat had Mr. Sean's sent us this thing. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Looks good right there, huh?
Huh. I thought maybe, the Blaze hierarchy thought, hey, Pat needs another lightning bolt.
Is that what you thought?
And no.
That's what you thought, right?
That is what I thought, but that's not the case.
You know better than that, bro. Have you seen that door over there?
What, the one that won't close? That one? Are you talking about that door?
That is the one.
Why would you need a studio door to close, though?
Don't.
I think that's the thought right now. Why would you need it to close?
It has to have been at least July 1st since that thing closed.
Oh, it's been
months. I'm talking about now, if we want to go back probably 2 years since it's closed properly.
Yeah.
But it's been stuck in that position
for a long time.
Open.
It used to be that you could kick it
from
the outside.
That's what I say.
It would kind of slide it back into its
It's like a trick door.
But now that doesn't work
now
anymore.
It's just stuck.
It's just broken. It's just stuck. And so if we closed it and there was a fire in here, we'd all be burned alive because there'd be no escape. So I wouldn't worry about that, though.
You think they'd fix it then?
No, because they wouldn't need to then. Yeah. Right. They'd be like, well, we're just going to fix that, but they're all dead, so why?
Kayla, can you get a shot with Jeffy's camera on the door? See how wide open it is? It's just stuck there. And so anybody having a conversation within 30 feet of our room there, we get to hear it.
We get to hear it. And it happened again this morning.
Yeah. We heard y'all in there, by the way. We just didn't say anything.
I heard him for a while, and then I thought, okay, now I'm quiet. And so they must have realized, oh, wait, that's right, the door's open.
Jeffy, does that door present any challenges for you?
I feel like
stuck in that position?
I feel like maybe the doll isn't supposed to say anything, because I feel like you're supposed to just have his pants down and trying to keep pushing on it.
I don't feel like that's the case. No.
Oh, bro.
I mean,
no, I don't feel like that's the case.
The big guy has his pants down. I'm trying to.
That's because I was messing with his battery pack.
Yeah, you could pull it back up again.
They don't pull up right.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can pull them up. You don't have to keep them down, Jeffy. You freak.
All right, 888-900-3393. Also, Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Trump leads DeSantis in a new poll, supposedly. New poll finds that DeSantis is trailing Trump 46 to 33% now.
Whoa.
That's a big time difference from the one we saw a couple weeks ago.
Was that poll sponsored by MyPillow?
Probably.
Who did this poll?
Morning Consult. Which I don't know much about that polling.
Heard that. I don't know who runs it.
Morning Consult.
That's a big gap.
46-33. Jeez. And then in third place, just behind the 33% of Ron DeSantis, is Mike Pence at 9%.
I can't believe that.
9.
I knew you were going to say that, too.
Mike Pence.
Former Representative Liz Cheney. Why do they keep putting her in these polls? I mean, Liz Cheney, she can't even win her re-election in Wyoming. She's certainly not going to win the presidency. Well, it's ludicrous, but she's got 3% of the primary vote.
Okay. Does she? That's cute.
Yeah, it's adorable, really, that they would even consider her. In December, a separate poll from USA Today, Suffolk University, found the Florida governor, Ron DeSantis, of course, way ahead of Trump, 56-33. So somebody's wrong here, or opinions have changed dramatically in a month. I don't know which. But the poll also found that DeSantis would beat Biden in a general election by 4 percentage points, 47-43. In that poll, Trump trailed Biden.
That makes no sense at all.
Doesn't make any sense.
It makes no sense.
No.
And that just goes to show you it's too early for polls.
Well, it is. Because, things can change in a day. So in 2 years, things could change an awful lot. Also, got a Tesla owner who bragged about using his vehicle's full self-driving feature. to drive him home because he was too drunk to drive.
Uh-oh.
That's awesome.
And he bragged about it online. Oopsie daisies.
Oh, no.
So the police paid him a little visit.
Bro. What?
He said, I admitted the other day I was a little bit tipsy after Christmas. I was probably drunk. But with FSD, that's full self-driving, it drove me home. I mean, flawlessly. Yeah, that's not okay, my friend. You can't...
that doesn't work?
No, that doesn't work.
Jeffy, take note.
We're not there yet, where you can just turn it over to your car and say, yeah, I was too drunk to drive, so my car just drove me home.
Could not disagree more.
Really?
Not disagree more.
What a surprise. What a surprise.
Yeah. And
why else would you have it?
I sent in
I don't know.
a video, and Kayla, I don't think we want to play it there. It's going to be too long here, but it was a guy who was driving, and I originally thought that he was using the self-driving, and the Tesla didn't see all the two giant potholes on this road near San Diego, and so it cost quite a bit to repair tires.
Oh, really?
Like his for these two, because you have to I guess repair or replace all 4 at a time or something like that. I don't know, but it cost him thousands of dollars because the Tesla hit these potholes. And are the cars not smart enough to go around the potholes? Is that the problem?
No, I'm sure
Was
they're
the guy
not by
driving?
now. Right now,
Yeah.
I bet not.
That's a risky deal there.
Yeah,
and
it is.
you definitely don't want a Tesla if you live in Fort Worth.
And who would completely trust their vehicle to get them home completely? I mean, all
drunk
the
guy.
turns.
Drunk guy would, yeah.
A drunk guy. Yeah.
Trying
and
to
if
keep
anything
people
goes wrong,
safe.
you're driving the vehicle and you're too drunk to drive. I'm not sure who I trust less in that position. Probably the guy who's drunk.
Yeah.
But the car I wouldn't trust either. They're not ready for this yet.
So to quote Jeffy, I'm assuming here, what's the drunk guy supposed to do?
Thank you.
I mean, why would you have a car?
A self-driving car.
I'm with you on this, man.
Use.
If you are if you remove yourself from being able to steer it, right? Put yourself in the back seat, right? Officer, yes, I'm inebriated, but I'm in the back seat. If there's no law against automated driving cars in your state,
I'm pretty sure there is.
what's the problem?
Yeah, that's probably the issue.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they do have laws against
well,
this.
then, all right, I stand corrected.
Yeah,
But I don't think the inebriation should have anything to do with it, though.
All the self-driving trucks and everything still have humans.
Yeah, that
behind
have
the
to
wheel.
be there,
Yeah.
and they have to be capable of taking over, and he's not. So
I see.
You get a little issue there.
Well, fine then.
One day it may come to that where you can't drive yourself because it's unsafe for that to happen, right?
Yeah, right.
Eventually, when we get to the point where self-driving is the rule rather than the exception, then maybe you could do that. But we're nowhere near there yet. Nowhere.
That'll be in
near
Liz
there.
Cheney's America.
I think we're closer
when
than
she's president.
than you think.
How close do you think we are?
I would say this guy was drunk. He got home.
Yeah, that's true. It's true. He said it drove him home fully, flawlessly.
There you go.
See, that's
which
a
is
story,
amazing.
That's a
actually.
story you tell your friends. It's not a story you tell the
Yes,
world.
right. Yeah, you don't go online with that because then you get arrested. So,
Where was this again that he got?
let me see if it says the location.
Tyrannical state
right?
is this?
I think it was Illinois.
Oh, okay. Well,
is it Illinois?
there you go.
And they are tyrannical. So
let's see. Drunk Tesla drove home. Hang on, I'll find it. Drove him home. Let's find out. Here we go. Okay, here we go. And it was in...
Yes?
In...
the state of confusion.
Why did they not... who writes stories anymore? Germany.
Oh, they don't.
It was in Germany? No.
This is others have
That's
been
a
caught.
different thing.
Fully,
Yeah.
okay, so...
Yeah, that's a different thing. Yeah, just last week, in fact, it's in this story. Just last week, German police chased down a reportedly sleeping Tesla driver on the highway for 15 minutes.
Oh, no.
Before he finally woke up behind the wheel of his Tesla. But he was on the Autobahn, which is, I think is, you got long straightaways there.
Okay, so now, should there be a different standard for the Autobahn?
Yeah.
Like, you want to trust your car? Like, at what speed? Are you as an individual willing to allow a car to just drive you?
And go to sleep?
Right, and to go to sleep. Right, I guess another level there. But through the neighborhood.
5 miles an hour.
In town.
Not in the
on
neighborhood.
The highway.
You run over children or something. That would be.
Right.
I'm just not comfortable with it. I just can't.
Well, I'm guessing that if you're driving drunk, it's not in the middle of the afternoon. So what are your kids doing out in the road? Get out of the way. Kids should be in the house.
Okay. Thank you for that, Jeffy.
That's legalese
Appreciate
there from Jeff Fisher.
It says, to be abundantly clear, intentionally driving under the influence with or without FSD is not only illegal, but incredibly irresponsible, effectively gambling with the safety of others on the road. Tesla made an unfinished beta version of its FSD software available to the broader public in November, despite plenty of well-documented shortcomings, putting other drivers who share the road at risk. So, despite its misleading... Oh,
hey, he
fixed it!
How'd you fix that, bro?
I've been messing with him.
Yeah, you have.
I've figured it out.
Okay, so do it again. What did he say?
I don't know.
Put up Jeffy's mouth.
That's a question a racist would ask.
I don't know.
Where's the button?
I don't know.
You have to keep.
Of course.
You have to keep feeling him up to get him to play.
If we build back better.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I've got.
All right, so
I've
good
got him
job.
almost undressed here.
Good job.
Yeah. Is that?
Thank you.
That's good
great.
stuff.
He speaks better than the actual version. I can understand all that. Amazing. All right. 888-900-3393. Also at Pat Unleashed on Twitter. Do you know that the Russians shot down a UFO last week?
Did they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah.
Oh,
Shot
that's
down a
exciting.
UFO. It's very exciting.
That's really up the stakes there in their little war with Ukraine.
I would think so, yeah. Russian air defenses reportedly shot down a UFO in the Rostov Oblast near the Ukrainian border on Tuesday, with local media outlets and Telegram channels sharing videos of the small object in the sky exploding.
Oh, there's a video? Let's see that.
The local governor said, I urge everyone to remain calm to ensure security. All forces and means are involved. The sky is covered with anti-aircraft defenses. Though he didn't explain what the UFO was, other than it was shaped like a ball. You don't suppose this could have been a drone, do you?
No.
Nah, I'm sure UFO is much more likely.
Oh, yes.
How many times have people shot down UFOs?
Well, I mean, it is technically a UFO, right? But not.
Yeah, it's unidentified.
I think it is. Yeah.
While the UFO's identity is unclear, it doesn't seem likely it was a probe of some kind by advanced alien life. Darn it!
That would have been fun. That would have been fun.
Yeah. In fact, one Russian lawmaker has claimed it was actually a drone set by Ukraine. Well, that is a total bore.
That is a
What
letdown.
Dumb story.
Stupid.
I don't even know why I read that.
I don't either.
If it's not a UFO, it's not interesting. Of course, they're going to shoot down drones.
Ridiculous.
It happens every day. U.S. Armed Forces will begin training up to 100 Ukrainian soldiers on the sophisticated Patriot missile system next week in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. Okay. So very close to us.
I thought we were already training them in Europe.
No,
in some of the NATO countries. So now we're
training them all over the world.
Back over here. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
The training is expected to take several months, though it will still be an expedited process in comparison to roughly a year-long program the Patriot missile system traditionally takes. So let's just speed this up so they don't really know how to work it that well. That's the way to go, isn't it?
Aim the weapon.
Right.
I was setting up my 2023 calendar over here. Most people do that stuff on their phones or something like that. No, I just hang it on a paper calendar on the wall. You and I said July 4th. Now, I think I said this last year, though. By July 4th of last year, U.S. troops would be on the ground in Ukraine. So we updated that, and we said definitely by July 4th of 2023. Man, it's feeling really close.
And we've said multiple times, certainly they're gonna start the training of we just have people training, we just have our advisors. Well, that's already taking place. We already have that.
And who loves a war more than anyone? A president that is limping at home.
Yeah.
So you get more of these scandals.
What's his face from Ukraine said last night in his Golden Globe speech that he didn't think it was World War III.
Really?
I feel like he said. I think that was part of his
Volodymyr?
His deal, yeah.
Zelensky.
That it wasn't World War III.
Did they give him an award? of some kind?
I don't know.
Because they should. They should have, just for appearing.
It's embarrassing if they didn't, I'll tell you that.
Right? Because isn't he a saint now? Is he officially, he's been canonized as a saint?
Oh, yeah.
Saint Zelensky?
Who does the left worship more, Zelensky or Fauci?
Oh, man. That's pretty close. That might be a good poll.
Okay. I'll put that up later. By the way, somebody sent us this little note, giving you kudos with the thought that they're not really fossil fuels. It's probably just a recurring natural goo, right? Well, anyhow, let's just say here, this tweet says, Russia has found a vast new gas field in the Arctic that holds some 52 billion tons of liquid natural gas. Remember, because Russia's been, up there claiming this is ours, over the last several years.
Yeah.
Russia already has the world's biggest gas reserves. Oh, good. And then they got a 52.
Let me ask you
this. It says this makes the point that gas and oil are not from fossils, but occur naturally in the mantle. Well, who said that?
What?
Oh, wow.
Anyway, there's an article that goes through this.
Interesting.
Yeah.
How do you have liquid natural gas? Either it's liquid or it's gas. Which is it?
I'm sure there's an explanation if I just go to Google.
How do you liquid natural gas doesn't make any sense.
My husband Jill.
Has he actually said that?
I don't know.
I'll bet he
My
has.
inside sources say no.
My inside sources say no. That might be fun to just randomly hit that whenever he asks a rhetorical question the rest of the show. Let's see. So liquefied natural gas is natural gas that has been cooled to minus 260 degrees Fahrenheit, changing it from a gas into a liquid
Okay,
that
then
is
it's not gas.
1/600th of its original volume.
Right.
Oh, it's kind of like they seal it up before they ship it. They shrink it down.
Interesting.
That is wild, man.
Isn't that?
That is
Aren't you glad you...
They chill it to what? 200 and something below?
60 below. 260
Jeez.
below. What do you think of that, Joe?
Without a doubt.
Okay.
That was totally...
Do another
didn't
one.
work.
Let's go, Brad, and I agree.
These are things you said.
Yeah, so this
we
is
gotta
like
find the husband Jill thing.
an impersonator or something that did these to make them clear.
We choose truth over facts.
Now he has said that.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
How many does he have?
Ask again, I forgot the question.
Is that 40? Does that say on
Oh,
one?
gosh.
Yes, 40
You
plus.
stupid bastards.
Featuring plus 40 catchphrases.
Oh, speaking...
No, that's a stupid question.
Okay. Speaking of possible U.S. military involvement, yesterday it was official now. The vaccine requirement for the troops has been rescinded.
Finally.
Now, are we going to compensate
everybody
those
that you kicked out?
Kicked out, ruined their careers?
Certain if we build back better.
Yeah. It's legal to punch the doll, is it not? It is illegal to punch the Joe Biden doll? Okay.
As far as I'm concerned.
Very good. Mm-hmm. Noted.
Over Christmas, there was an unfortunate incident that took place featuring the president of South Sudan.
Yeah.
So they're standing there at this ceremony thing. There's this... the band that is playing is just... so good. Am I right, Jeffy?
Yeah, it's so good.
It's better
actually,
than the...
It's almost chewing the fat thing.
It almost is a chewing the fat theme. So while you're distracted by the music, take a look at the inside. So it's the instep of
and this is the
left,
actual president of the country?
Yeah, so his left leg.
No. Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
Well, he's the president. He can do what he wants.
Can do what he wants.
So he just wet himself.
Let's play the video there.
All right.
The inseam there. And there he goes. Now he realizes...
Oh, my God.
Now he realizes what's happening. He's like, oh, no. Okay, that's a bad thing, right?
Boy. Oh, boy.
And so the camera operator goes, okay, I'm looking over here now. Let's go over here.
Oh, my goodness.
Over here.
Oh, my
Isn't that
goodness.
band good, though? Listen to that
Yeah,
band,
they're
though.
excellent. So did the camera person get in trouble?
So we do have an update now.
They kill him?
Yeah, we have an update there.
They killed him.
And
we lost him.
Yes,
we lost him.
There's been some arrests in South Sudan.
Journalist detained over the footage appearing to show South Sudan president wet himself. Oh, my.
What an unfortunate ordeal.
More than appearing to.
Yeah. Oof. I bet he wears dark pants for the rest of his time in office.
No way. He's the president. He does what he wants.
Journalists have been detained over the circulation of the footage showing the president appearing to pee his pants at an official event. Wow. Why would you arrest 6? There was only one person holding the camera. Right?
Well, because that footage wasn't supposed to get out. They kind of leaked it somehow. Like they were probably sharing it amongst themselves, and it got to somebody who was like, "Oh, I have an internet connection here in South Sudan, and I'm going to share with the world." Do we know if the guy
has some sort of medical problem where this happens on a regular basis?
Don't ruin the story. Don't you dare ruin this.
Stop.
Don't ruin it, bro.
I pooped my pants.
I'm sorry, what?
You pooped in your pants.
I pooped my pants.
Okay, so... No, fortunately, that wasn't the president of the United States, though. He's just a weather guy.
No.
And he told the story himself. Did you poop your pants?
You could totally see our president doing this.
No, that's a stupid question.
Yeah.
How embarrassing for that guy, though.
Yeah.
How embarrassing.
Yeah.
I think I'd arrest the journalist.
And he probably...
Wait, what's embarrassing more, the pee or this band that you're hearing?
I mean, he probably does have some sort of medical thing, right? He's standing there with the cane.
Don't you get on board with the medical thing, Jeffy.
He's standing there
Just
with the cane.
laugh for laughing's sake.
Yeah, it's probably...
And he looks down and he's like, no. Did I do that?
Oh,
yeah.
They were probably right. I should have worn the Depends.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm going to have to disappear all the people that
and that's what he's doing.
Yes.
That's what he's doing. You'd do the same thing in his situation.
Absolutely.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.